What's going on, my virtual home? How's everything going, guys? I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today, we want to talk about our car rental car sharing business. Now, recently, I told you guys that we started a car rental business, and we initially, the goal was to do a partnership with Turo. Um, and we were very, very excited about that. But there was a roadblock to that. And as you guys know, I purchased a new car for my car rental fleet. Thing is, I didn't check whether or not the car had any recalls on it. Why didn't I check? Because I did not know that Turo does not accept cars if there is an active recall. So, guys, my car had this active recall. I actually got one of them fixed within a week of buying the car. I thought that we were in the game with Turu. Then I found out we had another recall. Went to the dealership, and the dealership told me that this recall has been ongoing for over a year, and they have no idea when this recall is going to get resolved. I mean, I was crushed because honestly, Turu is my desired network. And now I have bought a whole car that I can't even post on the network. Fast forward, I found this other network that you guys may know about called Hire Car. And as far as the network in general, I'm very, very happy with Hire Car. We had an issue. And guys, don't get me wrong, I don't believe that I am beyond roadblocks. Okay? But it seems like they happen at a more increased frequency with me, or maybe it's just me overreacting. But either way it go, we went with hire car. We got the car listed. We was very, very happy about that. I believe within 3 days of having the car listed, we actually got booked. So the car got rented. If I'm not mistaken, this was for a 1 day rental, which the customer did extend for an additional day. Now, this customer, man, this first rental customer, man, they put, I think, over 300 miles on the car within 48 hours. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit shocked. The thing with hire car is that a majority of their customers are Uber drivers, DoorDash drivers, like gig workers, right? So they're using the car all day so they can make money. And I totally get it. So, guys, keep that in mind. If you do decide to work with hire car, this is not your average vacation rental that may be just going from point A to point B. These people are literally working all day. And as you guys know from a previous video, I did purchase a tracker on the car, and I'm very, very happy with the tracker. It was from a company called Bouncie, okay, and I did do a video about that. I might post a video in the comments so you guys can just see all about that tracker. But man, so I got the tracker on the car. I'm able to track everything, like how fast they're going, where they're at. I think the location updates like every 15 minutes. So I can always track this car. I was very, very happy about that. So after the first rental, she put about 300 miles on the car. We got our second rental within, I think, 24 hours after the first one. So the demand on the hire car network is pretty good. Um, Here pretty soon, I do plan on getting an additional car for the car rental fleet and just kind of growing the fleet. Um, I I'm not sure whether I'm going to go the cash car route or the finance route, because either way it go, if I go the finance route, even though I will have less profit, I'm actually allowing this network to buy a brand new car for me in the business. So that does make sense to me. Now the cash car route, I have um, a higher initial profit. But again, it is a used car. It is a used car, so therefore I may have more maintenance expenses. Let me know, guys. What do you think is the better route? Having a business focused on the cash car route, and I think this one is a little bit better. To me, honestly, I think it needs to be like a mix, maybe like a 80-20 mix. 80% of the cars are cash, you know, and 20% maybe financed, or maybe just a little bit more than 20%. What do you guys think? I'm really looking for your input. Again, I am new at this, and some of you I realize are not even in this space. Just want to know what you think about whether you think it's better to do cash cars over finance cars, or a mixture of the both, and why. Now, back to our story. So, the second car got rented within 48 hours, 24 hours of the first car. And this renter was pretty decent. He rented the car initially, I believe, for a 3-day rental. And then he wound up extending that 3-day rental for an additional day. So it's ended up to be like a 4-day rental. Now, I'll do another video as far as like how much I made my first week with hire car. We'll get there. But okay, so he did that. And then after his 4-day rental, and he dropped the car off, he didn't want it for that day, but he wanted it for the next day. So right there on the spot, he ended up booking the car for an additional, I think he did a whole 7-day rental. So let's just call it that. He did a whole 7-day rental. So the next day he picked up the car, drove it all week, and brought it back. Now, the next customer is where the roadblock comes into play. Now, after that 7-day rental, just to be honest, I did see like a check engine light come up on the car. Again, I am very new with this car. I just bought it. So a check engine light came up. But then the car rented as well. So I didn't know what to do, y'all. So I just let the car get rented. I did let them know that the check engine light was on. Let me know if there's any issues, and we'll handle it from there. So the guy rents the car. Okay. Okay, so the guy rents the car and drives the car about 300 miles into another city. I'm looking at the tracker, and the tracker tells me that this guy had drove the car on average about 85 miles per hour. And that's just average. So there was times where he was going faster than that, and there were times where he was going just a little bit slower than that. But on average, 85 miles per hour, man, I was shocked. But I didn't really think much of it. So he arrives in his city, and then he's driving around. He's not driving much in the city. I'll give him that. Now, the issue comes when I don't believe it was the same day, and it might have been the next day, that I get a call from him letting me know, hey, there's some funny things happening with the car. The car's not driving as expected. We need to do something about it. So I tell the guy, I said, man, all right, great. This is what you need to do. Don't drive the car anymore. Because, I knew that there was a issue with the car because the check engine light came on. And maybe I was a little bit reckless by letting the car go out. I totally understand. And I will do better. But, so he says, oh man, there's some issues with the car. I said, don't drive it. We'll work on your refund and everything. And we'll work on getting the car back. Now, mind you, the car is 300 miles out from me. So I'm like, I gotta get this car back, and I'm not even sure what condition it is in. So the guy, honestly, I think he did book a 7-day rental. Thing is, he was coming in from I think a city called Chicago. And he was here because he had a girlfriend in town and it was her birthday. So they went, where they went and did what they did. All right, so my issue comes in here. The guy continues to drive the car. Now he's on his second day of the rental when he called me. Day three, he drives the car. I'm seeing him drive the car. I don't say anything. Day four, he drives the car. I call him. I said, hey, I noticed that you're still driving the car. Uh, how about we don't drive it? Since there's an issue, we're going to work on getting it picked up. Day five, he drives the car anyway. Day five or six, he calls. He's like, man, the car is just not moving at all. I'm like, whoa. So he's like, yeah, it's not moving at all. I'm just gonna have to leave it here. We're at a Airbnb or something like that. And I'm like, whoa, right? So the thing is, I'm not saying that he was responsible for the car going down because there was a known issue. But the fact that you just continue to drive the car, that's where my issue lies. Anyway, we wound up getting the car towed from 300 miles away and brought it back home, and it is currently in the shop. Okay, we have to take it to a transmission shop. Now the thing is, the car my particular car, it can be driven as a stick shift or manual or automatic. I believe the guy decided to drive it manually, didn't really know what he was doing, and just, I'm not saying caused the issue, but made whatever was going on worse. Either way it goes, that's my story. That's where we are with the car rental business. The car is currently in the shop. I plan to get it out within the next 30 days or so. And guys, it feels like I'm just doing this like by myself. So, I mean, I'm trying not to be overwhelmed, but hey, we're going to get past this. And then within the next 30 to 90 days, I plan on adding another car to the fleet. So that's how the car rental business is going, guys. If you like this video, guys, like the video. It definitely lets me know that you want to see more content like this. If you want to be a part of our family, I welcome you to subscribe to the channel. We're definitely growing. How big we go, only God knows. Okay, we're going to leave that part in God's hands. Now, also, if you want to be the very first to get content as soon as we drop a video, make sure that you hit the bell notification button above, guys. And every time we drop a video, you will get a notification and you won't miss anything. With that being said, guys, I cannot wait to give you an update on this car rental business journey, and I will see you on the next video.